Hello. Hello, guys. How are you? Teacher, how are you? Oh, I'm really good, thanks. Are you okay? If you wish, you can send me a request so we can have a chit chat. Good night. Hello. How are you, sir? Great. Thanks for asking.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Teacher Meysam. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you. What about you?
Thanks, God. I'm fine. Thank you.
Excellent. Great. Great. Thanks for joining. You all the time are available.
Thank you.
You're good.
I should thank you. You know, I was waiting for someone else to join you, but in order to break
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
ice, I decided to join you, and I'm sure that after me, there would be some other followers that would like to join you. Yeah.
Okay, great. Excellent. So what are you up to these days?
Uh, you know, as you are aware that we didn't have internet maybe for 10 days, and
Yeah.
uh, unfortunately I missed so many things, and
Mm-hmm.
the the
Mm-hmm.
and the most important things was English. You know, the I didn't have even a dictionary to check to look it up,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
new
Mm-hmm.
words, but and I was waiting to again to have internet and to have access to great teachers, to
Mm-hmm.
other
Mm-hmm.
sources, and it was very difficult
Exactly.
to live without internet.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh,
Absolutely. 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 Yeah, apart from, English stuff, I think
yeah.
that was a sort of big challenge for not just you, I mean for every single person, every single Iranian to just cope with the life because nowadays everything, almost everything, requires internet, right? Am I correct?
Exactly. Exactly.
Hmm? So you can do nothing without internet, actually. What a pity, what a shame.
and yeah, but you know the government, you know, they couldn't do anything without internet. If
Of
yeah,
course.
if they have another option, be
Hmm.
sure that they will cut the internet forever. But you know,
Hmm.
everything, as you mentioned, is dependent on internet,
Hmm. Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
it. I believe that this connection made
Hmm.
people uh, to understand to understand better the value of internet,
Internet.
and
Mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm,
know we should not take it for granted. And sometimes I can say
mm-hmm,
that it's more closer than our friends, because
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
wherever,
mm-hmm,
whenever we go, we should have net,
mm-hmm.
and
Internet.
yeah, and without it,
Mm-hmm,
it's, you know, I can say that life
mm-hmm.
is meaningless.
Exactly. So another question, I mean, is there any problem connecting to Instagram,
Right.
or are you still using a VPN or something?
I myself use VPN. You know, I had problems, and
Mm-hmm,
you know, previously I didn't have any problem in connecting to, you
mm-hmm,
know,
mm-hmm.
Insta, but after a while,
Nowadays?
yeah, I found some problems, and I asked one of my friends, and he told me, he recommended me to use my VPN, and whenever
Mm-hmm.
I want to use my Insta, I turn on my VPN, and it's okay. With VPN, it's okay.
I see, I see. Very good. So next question is this. What about the, telephone, I mean, cell phones? Do cell phones have access to internet?
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent. I am happy. I am happy for that. Nice, nice. So can you explain about, that 10 days? I'm not just talking about you in general.
Hmm.
Uh, how could people cope with, the lack of internet in their lives?
Yeah, you know, it's difficult. For example, I had a, you know, I have a friend who is working in football federation, and uh, they you know they had to uh, make some coordination with
Mm-hmm.
other federation, and they need internet. They
Exactly.
they had to transfer some money. They
Mm-hmm.
need
Mm-hmm.
internet. Or in
Mm-hmm.
business, and you know, for example, one of my friends is importing spare parts, and
Mm-hmm.
you know he couldn't you know send email, he couldn't receive email, he, you know, transfer money, and it's very difficult. And people
Exactly.
uh, and ordinary people, they you know use this you know they use their cell phone to have access to news, to some
Mm-hmm.
media, um, to some contents, but uh,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have access, and uh, it made them a little depressed, because, as I told you,
Exactly.
their cell phone right now is
Exactly.
closer than even their relatives and their friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. What a shame. What a pity, actually. What a shame. Yeah. That restricted version of internet that people actually currently are so happy to have, and as a government, you're restricting that as well, right? So that is, I have nothing to say, man. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, so forget about this
yeah.
stuff. Uh, let's talk about some other stuff. Do you have any specific question? I mean, some sort of deep questions that currently, I mean, nowadays I'm really into having or, contemplating these deep topics or questions.
You know, the
Is there any?
yeah. Uh, Let me bring up my question like this.
Hmm.
I'm sure that right now, as a teacher, you are happy about your career, because not.
How do you know that?
Uh, I'm sure that you are interested in your career. Maybe not financially, but uh,
Hmm.
it's something from your heart, I guess.
Okay.
Uh, but tell me, if you want to change your job,
Mm-hmm.
I know that it's a, it needs courage to, all of a sudden to decide to change yours. Uh, which job do you
Mm-hmm.
choose instead of, teaching?
Uh, nice question. You caught me actually. I didn't expect such a question actually, to be honest. But I would be more of a guy who is dealing with art, most probably. I don't know what sort of art I would probably deal with, but most probably I would definitely would deal with art.
Mhm.
Yeah, because art is my passion. Hmm.
Again, you choose another job with your heart.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
You follow your
Hmm.
heart.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that is the best chance, the best choice, actually, right? To just follow what you are looking for.
Mhm. That's great. And how do you deal with uh, lots of excuses you may have in your mind, or you may face uh, with your surroundings? For example, your relatives, your friends, your parents. They may
Hmm.
say that don't do that, or some excuses. Oh, I'm, uh, you know, like your age. I'm older than do this,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
some
Hmm.
financial excuses. I don't know. Lots of things will come to your mind in order to prevent you from following your heart. How do you
Hmm.
deal with these kinds of excuses?
Of course, unfortunately, I think every single person has some excuses for sure. But to be honest with you, I am really open with, receiving uh, the opinions. I'm really open to criticism, to be honest. I receive the opinions and then I think twice and consider the best opinions. If I feel or if I think that the opinions are so productive and useful, I would definitely apply them.
Mhm.
Did I answer your question correctly?
And what about the,
Your question actually was a combination of other questions, I think.
your heart? You know, for
My
example,
heart.
yeah, for example, I'm going to follow my heart, whatever
Mhm,
uh, I like to do. But I have to consider my parents, my relatives, my friend, my
mhm.
society,
I see. I see.
and if I consider those factors, they will prevent me from following what I like, what I love, what I'm passionate about.
Mhm.
And if
Yeah,
I follow them, in the end, I will regret why I didn't follow my heart. The my
exactly.
question, something like this.
I see. I see. Yeah, that is really big question, super big question. But unfortunately, the whole life, every single day, the whole life tries to teach us actually something. So that is really deep, man. So deep question. I mean, it is impossible to be honest. That is a huge paradox, I think, that we are facing mm, because we don't know, we are not sure about the tomorrow, about forthcoming future that hasn't come yet. So I have no idea about it. But unfortunately, mostly if you try to follow your heart, you have to neglect a lot of stuff in terms of your relationships, in terms of your how can I say financial things. So just following your heart, I think nowadays in a sort of capitalist system is not enough. It is not possible, I believe. In that case, to be really open with you, frankly speaking, we have to go to the village, live there. Yeah. In that case, we can, pursue our dreams. Yeah. There's no other choice because we are, how can I say, cooped up in a sort of system which is called as a capitalist system, capitalism. So you cannot follow simply. There are a lot of factors in our lives that refrain us, prevent us from doing what we want to do, actually.
Yeah. No, we have been brought up in a lifestyle that we always try to be a winner, not a loser.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
this concept in our minds. For example, if I do this, I will be winner or I will be loser. And we should take risk. We came to this world with empty hands, and we will leave
Exactly.
this world again with empty hands. So we are not winners and we are not losers.
Losers. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
so I believe that if we can take the risk, if we can have courage, if we are brave enough to follow our heart in the end of our life, at least we won't regret why we haven't done what we love it. And
exactly.
But it's difficult, in words it's easy, but it's difficult.
Yes, in action.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. All of those concepts that you just talked about them are just concepts, right? I think I would say a lot of concepts in our lives, such as happiness, sadness, winning, losing, become a winner, become a loser, etc., etc. All of them are sort of concepts that human beings actually created them.
Exactly.
These are more of a sort of contractual, I want to say. Contractual, right? They say that don't do this because this is negative. You can do this because it is positive. What about the whole life became, vice versa, upside down? Can you imagine this? What if, imagine like that after like, for example, 20 years, someone comes and says that, okay, what have you done so far was a big mistake. You were on the wrong track, actually. You should have done this. So these are contractual, I think. If you go so deeper, that is so actually challenging and difficult to answer because we need philosophy to help us, to give us some approach, to give us some mindsets about a lot of stuff in our lives, to be honest. A few weeks ago, I think I had a sort of speaking club, and we just talked about the afterlife and the concept of heaven and hell, and it was a really nice topic, very heavy topic, by the way. So, what do you think about this stuff? Do you really believe? Of course, we say that we are Muslims, blah blah blah. We believe in this stuff, but do we really believe in them? That there will be an afterlife and there will be a concept of heaven or hell, and how can you imagine this? What is your feeling about
it? I believe in life after death. But
okay, what sort of life do you depict in your mind?
I believe that we know that we are not our body, and because it's a kind of machine for our soul. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, I can say that we are birthless, deathless, and
Mm-hmm.
unchangeable
Mm-hmm.
creatures or phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Immortals. Mm-hmm.
what should I call it. We are souls, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, after we just leave this body, and maybe some people believe in some, I don't know, incarnation, something, you know,
Mm-hmm.
several
Yeah.
lives, and but I believe that religion try to give hope to their followers to be
Mm-hmm. Okay.
optimistic about their their future, because it's very
Yes.
you know uh, it's very how can I depressing,
Complicated.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to feel or to know that this life is finite. We like to be
Mm-hmm.
infinite, to be you know, immortal,
Infinite.
yeah,
Yes.
infinite,
Immortal.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
infinite, and it's very difficult. And I believe that no one knows the right answer for this question.
Exactly.
And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the hell, and for example, in our religion, when we want to be realistic about the what uh, they uh, defined about the hell and
Mm-hmm.
the heaven, it's very ridiculous, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
whatever they like in that time, and uh,
Mm-hmm.
they put it in heaven, and whatever they
Yes.
dislike it, for example, in the
Mm-hmm.
hell. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in such
Okay.
heaven and hell. But
Imagination.
yeah,
Mm.
but I,
I see.
you know, we asleep, and at the time of sleeping, our soul completely, uh, you know, uh,
It's free.
yeah, is free, and you know, separates from our body, and we go
Okay.
to another world, and
Yeah.
it's kind of, you know, exercise. I believe that
Mm-hmm.
we are not this
Mm-hmm.
physical body,
Mm-hmm.
but no one knows.
Exactly. No, nobody knows really that. I think, yeah, I partially agree with you on some points that you mentioned. Um, Again, as you said, no one knows this stuff for real, for sure. So we cannot just say that, oh no, that is the real fact. That is this one is the incorrect fact, blah, blah, blah. But I believe that the next world should be a big surprise because, for example, the whole thing that the last religion so far is Islam, and they talked about, I mean, it talked about these concepts, like, beautiful women are coming there, blah, 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 rivers, fruits, blah, blah. Okay, what if a person comes and says, okay, I don't really need these stuff. I need, for example, internet right now. How can you, how can you satisfy these people? Or let's say after 100 years, the whole internet stuff would be, fade away or disappear. Some new alternatives might, replace this concept. So how can you, first of all, how can you absorb those people, those people's attention that, oh, after life there is going to be a hell or, a heaven. Okay, so everybody is afraid of hell. Okay, that is for sure. So when it comes to heaven, I think these descriptions and definitions of heaven, for me personally speaking, is not absorbing.
The facility of heaven,
Charming.
yeah, the
Mhm.
facilities in the heaven is changing based on the uh, you know, changes in the need of people. Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
and
So for me, I consider it as a big surprise for every single person before now and in the future, I mean, or maybe there's another chance that every single person should should be reset fully.
Mm-hmm.
That you cannot remember what you did or what happened in your life, I mean, in current Earth. Everybody is reset. I mean, the whole, like, empty-minded, and the whole memory just erased. And every single person can contemplate at the same level. So maybe in that case, yeah, oh, wow, the heaven, fantastic, great. What a nice place. I don't remember what happened to me, when I was on Earth. Maybe this. But I think the second one is so ridiculous that everybody's, mind should be reset. I think that there should be a really big surprise. Otherwise, it is absurd, to be honest.
We heard a lot that we are not perfect and we are trying to be perfect. And one theory says that we just our souls return again to this world in order to amend our failures. We have.
Where did you read that? Sorry, where did you read this?
I read it in several books, and for example, one character, I remember one. They hypnotized. They hypnotized. I think a lady, and during
the session.
Several sessions. I think she had 72 lives, in different era. And
was that based on true story, or was that a sort of novel or something?
No, not true story.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right now, I cannot, remember the title of that book, but I can send its title. And for example, one of my friend died for more than 3 hours, and he's narrating some amazing, interesting stories during that time.
Like the light. The light everywhere was shiny and full of light.
No, because I followed his story a lot. His story was a little different from people, and I compared my friend's story with some of them in order to verify it. And there are some common stories, common points in those stories, and it was very interesting for me. And he narrated some something which was very
unbelievable.
Yeah.
For example, can you share some of them?
For example, For example, he told me that he was told to deliver some messages to some people. One of the messages which he delivered was, there is a clergyman in their city that my friend just knew that person. They were not familiar with each other. They didn't know even their names. And there he was told that you should tell that clergyman, for example, he should not do this between his prayers. And my friend, after recovery, and it took 1 year after recovery, he referred to that clergyman, and he asked that clergyman, "Do you know me?" And he responded, "No," and I don't know. And my friend told him, "I have a message for you. And do you do this thing between your prayers?" And the clergyman, answered,
Said yes.
yeah, positively. And my friend
Mm-hmm.
told him, "Please don't do that, because they told me to say this to you." And
Mm.
that clergyman was shocked. And yeah, and there are
Interesting.
another stories. It was very interesting for me.
Of course, absolutely, man. Yeah, yeah. The whole stuff is so mysterious, and because we don't have any vivid picture, or how can I say, a vivid explanation of the whole stuff of, afterlife. So I think everybody is basically so curious about this stuff somehow. Although we forget mostly. Today we are talking, tomorrow maybe we are going to forget this stuff because of the life and all this and that. So, but these are really deep things that I think every single person should just consider. Uh, I don't know. Although we have no answers, maybe we should try to seek and find
Yeah,
the
we are
answers, maybe
just,
probable answers. Mhm.
as we don't know, or we don't have any information about
Mhm.
our life, mm, you know, before we were born,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
we don't know about our life after our death. For example,
Exactly. Yeah,
we
yeah. We
can,
don't remember
yeah,
that.
we don't remember. If we
Mhm.
can remember those time, we
Mhm.
can make some guess about our life after death. But we
Mhm.
can
Mhm.
say that the example of our life is like the creatures which are living in the ocean, in the sea. If you say that
Okay.
there is another life above the sea, they don't
Mhm.
believe it, because their life is limited just to the sea. And it's very strange, you know, it's very strange. It's a big
Nice. I
question.
like that. I like that idea. Yeah, of course. Really big one. Really big one. Yeah, exactly. So, what is the purpose of life? The bigger one, the bigger question is coming. What is the purpose of life? I mean, why we are here?
You know,
I want to hear your personal views, actually.
yeah,
I know the answer, according to, religious texts or, let's say, ideologies, but what is your personal idea about it or behind it?
yeah. Uh, I keep, thinking about this, question. And,
And you haven't found it yet.
I think it's my personal viewpoint that, I asked my friend, "How did you communicate in that time?" And he was surprised. He answered, "I didn't pay attention. We didn't move our mouth.
Mm.
We just knew what we want to communicate
Mhm.
with, what we want to convey."
Like telepathy, maybe
Yeah,
telepathy,
yeah.
for example.
And he was shocked about my question. And
Mhm.
I think that my guess that God is experiencing something that in it uh, limits itself in order to experience uh,
Mhm.
something. For example, souls cannot touch, souls cannot, see,
Smell.
smell.
Be seen. Yeah.
I believe.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. It's my guess. It's
Okay.
experiencing pain. It's experiencing, I don't know, agony, uh,
Okay, so
curiosity,
maybe of course. Uh-huh.
curiosity, something. Because uh, we heard that everything, we know everything when we leave this body. We when we don't have the limitation of time and
Hmm.
place, we know everything. And
Okay.
when we know everything, it's a little. I believe that it's a little, boring, and we came here in order to experience, in order to learn. I don't
Hmm.
know. It's my guess.
Yeah, it's so complicated to be honest. Yeah. Nice aspect actually. Nice aspect. Hmm. Possible. Possible.
You know,
Yeah.
in that, in that level, uh, there is no rivalry. There is no competition. Uh,
Hmm.
no, no no one is jealous.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
but we came here to experience all of these negative and positive points. Maybe.
Hmm. So then what? Then what? I mean, as you said in the beginning earlier, that we come and leave this world, we come to this world and also we leave this world empty-handed. So all of our success, money, fame will fade away, will be nothing after we die. So what is the purpose? Why we are killing ourselves? What is the purpose of this?
I ask this question from many people who claim that they are expert, or they have studied,
Okay.
or they have spent lots of their lifetime
Mhm.
on this subject,
Mhm.
and they cannot answer my question. And
Exactly. They can't. They
yeah,
can't.
they can.
But I think, again, I have to repeat that the whole afterworld thing should be a big surprise. Must, not should, must be a big surprise. Otherwise, the whole stuff that we are seeing, we are witnessing, we are experiencing in this world is going to be a big, absurd, and meaningless thing, I think. I don't know. We're just talking, actually. Uh, and as you said, we are supposed to live forever. Uh, One of the things that it really surprised me a lot, and when I watched it, of course, it was a long time ago that I watched that video clip on YouTube. You have access to YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah, you use VPN, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. On YouTube, okay, you can type in this. Um, NASA, okay, with I mean capital letters, NASA, then space, then I mean NASA and comparison to NASA comparison to, okay? Then you are going to have you watched that?
No, no.
Okay. You are going actually when I first saw that video, I mean mesmerized. I was mesmerized that we are nothing. I mean,
Exactly.
we are nothing. Our planet is nothing. Our galaxy is nothing. Really, our galaxy, that big, that magnificent galaxy, is not an even a microbe, right? So, who am I? Who are you? Where are we? Right? You should definitely watch that. It is like 5 or 6 minutes. Just see how big the whole, they would call it as multiverses.
Yeah.
Very strange, and and very, mind-boggling. And I was so mesmerized watching that. So who cares? Who cares that there is a teacher whose name is Meysam over here, and he wants to discover the afterlife, blah, blah, blah. Who am I?
Exactly.
Right? So I think that there should be a really big surprise. You
Yeah.
should definitely have a look.
And dear Mesam, it's it's very good sometimes uh, to think, to watch, to talk about the glory of creation. We always
Exactly.
keep saying the universe, universe. We don't say multiverse. And
Yes.
when we, when we uh, pay attention to the glory of, the creation, then our issues fade away. They are not important.
Exactly. Exactly.
When, when we want to do something, to act selfish behavior, uh, as you mentioned, when we remember that we are nothing, we are
We
nothing.
are not even a small element, like not a cell, not a microbe, not a virus. Really, you should definitely watch that. Definitely.
NASA comparison too.
And
Thank you.
yeah, NASA comparison too. Yeah. I mean, with these equipments right now in 2020, they have found this stuff. Who knows after 100
Yes,
years,
exactly.
what can we find? What can we find actually in the future? Who knows that? I don't know.
Yeah, the more we move forward, the more we understand that we are nothing.
Yes. So what is all of these, egoism or, proud? What are we proud of actually in this world? I cannot understand that. Can you send this video? Actually,
Um,
how can I send it? You go to YouTube, okay? YouTube, and type in NASA comparison 2. Yeah. Fantastic. Amazing. Step by step, it starts from the moon, I think. It starts from the moon, and step by step, it becomes bigger and bigger. You should definitely watch that.
I watched the same video, and it, yeah, it starts from the eye of an eye of a lady lying on the grass, and it goes to
To the cell.
yeah, no, above the earth, moon, sun, and galaxies, and after that again it returns to that lady's eye and goes to her, her vein, her cells, and another world exists within us, inside us.
Exactly. Definitely, yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
another, surprise for us within us.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. The whole thing is so complicated, really complicated, that we have nothing to tell. And there is another short video. Let me type it in. It is called as Room 8. That is even harsh. Room 8 short video. Have you watched that?
No.
Okay, this is a bit of, more of a philosophical, aspect that it was really mind-boggling. Yeah, again. NASA is, scientific. This is philosophical one. Yeah.
True.
It's really interesting. Yeah. If you watch them, and maybe next time we can talk about
Yeah,
these
I will
stuff,
watch them.
and
I will watch
yeah, we can exchange actually our ideas about it. Room 8. Short video, like 6 minutes again.
them.
Can definitely watch that. yeah, there are a lot of mysterious things going on in this universe, and uh, we are just a very, very tiny piece, or let's say element, or organism, or whatever, related to this universe. That is so, so what? I don't know. That's so complicated again, yeah.
Yeah, we cannot say or claim that
Mhm.
we know, or we can say that the origin, the purpose of
Mhm.
creation.
Mhm.
And
We cannot understand it because.
yeah, sometimes I think that I wish I lived in the in the in the era of
Primitive. Mhm.
prophets, for example,
Uh-huh.
Moses,
I see.
and
I see.
we had the chance of at least the
Mhm.
interacting with them and
Mhm.
feel
In
them.
person.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And
Possible. You mean, considering this knowledge, these feelings that you have, you wanted to go and live or on those basically days, right?
yeah, for example,
Uh-huh.
you know better than me that Moses did lots of miracles, and
Yes, yes.
it was very amazing. And
Mhm. Mhm.
if we were in that era, for sure we kept asking questions, and
Exactly.
day
Numerous questions, yeah.
day and night, night and day, and you know,
Of course. Yeah.
and, but I don't know.
But we can't.
Yeah,
We can't. Mhm. Exactly, absolutely. So I cannot imagine the hell or the heaven,
no,
how big those places are. Because I don't think that human beings can ever find some at least some pictures or evidence which can reveal some secrets of afterlife, afterworld. I don't think so. What we have, I mean, please watch that. Next time we can talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
this stuff
for
in
sure,
detail.
for sure. I'm very
Because you don't
interested in
have the
this.
picture in your mind, because you don't have the clear picture in your mind, all you have is my comments about it. So that is not enough. You have to watch it personally, so we can talk about this stuff in detail. But considering this, I think we cannot have the technology because I think the whole stuff should be kept in secret, right? We cannot see it. If imagine that for 1 minute, for 1 minute, we could see the hell. For 1 minute, for one day, let's say, okay, we could experience the concept of hell. Then we would come back to this world again. So I think every single person would be a best and I mean a perfect person, right?
Exactly,
Because you saw it, actually we saw it, so we need to obey,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
It's more of like a gambling at the moment that we are doing. We are gambling actually.
The as human being, we used to saying this sentence a lot of time. I
Hmm.
don't believe it until I see it, you know.
Exactly. Hmm. Hmm.
And
Yeah.
but some people, some few people, uh, uh, keep saying that we believe, and after that we see it. There there are some spiritual, you know,
Aspects.
yeah, aspect. but we always say, I don't believe it until I see it. And maybe right now there are other creatures are living in this world, but their frequency is different from our frequency. Our receivers cannot receive their
Mhm.
frequency. For
Yeah.
example, in Islam, we read or heard that there are jinn,
Yes.
but their frequency
Ex-
is different from us, so we cannot see them. But some people
See that.
who work on themselves, and
Hmm.
they can communicate with them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard a
Hmm.
lot, and some people say yes, they can communicate with jinn and they can, you know, uh, get help from them. But
Hmm.
maybe, maybe our,
Hmm.
when we die, our frequency change to another, uh, frequency.
Yeah. Being, or I don't know, element. Yeah,
Or
possible.
maybe one day, people can, uh, you know, have some tools to receive this frequency.
Yes, maybe. Hmm. Possible. Possible. I don't know. I have no idea about it. Really deep. Now we are basically we are going, deeper and deeper.
As I told you, the more we speak, the more we study, uh, the more we understand that we know nothing about the
About
creation of
the
the
universe, the
universe.
life, the creation. Exactly. Exactly. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know, man. Really deep and, complicated. Nice. Nice.
Okay, teacher Meysam, I was so talkative.
No, 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 of course not. Of course not.
Um,
It was really a nice topic, a nice talk, actually. Rather than being a chit chat, was um, a sort of excuse, at least for me, to think again, to contemplate again. Maybe, um, of course, you opened some doors that maybe I can do some extra researches about or on them. So maybe I can satisfy my curiosity a bit by researching, by doing some researches on these topics. Uh, but of course, because we have no certain ideas about it, I mean, personally speaking, I cannot say that, okay, no, this is for 100%. I am sure that this is something real or that is not real. I cannot say that, right? So we just guess, we just predict, we just imagine actually. Maybe, to be honest, maybe I shared some of my feelings that I feel that because I have no other choice. If I want to find the truth, there is no, how can I say, source to depend on. There isn't any vivid source that, okay, Meysam, go and read that. You would definitely find the answer. There isn't. Even in the holy books, they talk very general. And I don't know. Or maybe they talk in a way that those people could understand, maybe, right? Because these concepts, for me, after 1,000 and almost 500 years, look so absurd somehow. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, I mean, I think those stuff was a sort of simplified version, maybe, that were designed for those people to understand, to digest. But nowadays, thanks to internet, we have access to anything.
Exactly.
We can talk about this stuff. We can share interesting things. We can help each other to grow, to improve, right? To open some doors, to open some horizons, to at least think about this stuff, to maybe again find some rays of hope to satisfy ourselves. Maybe I think that is really good thing to have.
Exactly.
Who knows?
And
okay.
Yeah, it's worth spending at least some time every day on searching,
contemplating, thinking,
about
yes,
this subject, because
exactly,
it it makes us a little relieved from our worries, from our stresses, and
exactly,
from trivial issues that entangle our minds.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, man. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thanks for having me
for this conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure. Please watch this stuff.
For sure.
These two videos, especially the NASA, and then the Room 8 on YouTube. They're available. You can definitely find them. And next time, hopefully, we can watch about the. We can talk about this stuff, right?
Okay.
Okay. So have a good time.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
God bless you.
See you. Bye bye. God bless you too. Bye bye. Bye bye.